Hi there, and welcome to one of my favorite airports on Earth, in one of my favorite cities on Earth, in one of my... Too much? Okay. Welcome to Tokyo Haneda International Airport. I just landed a few moments ago from New York JFK in Japan Airlines First Class. If you'd like to check that out, the link is in the description below. I have a bit of a hefty layover this evening, 8 hours. But considering I'll have access to the Japan Airlines First Class Lounge, who's complaining? Tokyo Haneda, the preferred airport in Tokyo for its proximity to the city center, has 3 terminals, and today we're transiting through Terminal 3, which up until recently hosted all intercontinental flights on ANA and Japan Airlines, though ANA has begun moving to another terminal, setting the stage for Japan Airlines to expand here as they transfer more and more flights over from Tokyo Narita. Before we get to the lounge, let me welcome any of you that are new to the channel. My name is Kevin, and I am the Flip Flop Traveler. I'm here to give you honest content about flights, hotels, trains, and cruises. I paid for this flight out of pocket, and as always, the price that I paid is in the description below. Japan Airlines had no knowledge that I'd be filming, and I didn't receive any compensation for doing so. Everything in this video is my personal opinion, based on my own unique experience. The rest, I'll let speak for itself. Let's get started. You may remember, I flew this route a couple years ago in business class. At that time, the first class lounge was serving as the only lounge, consolidated for business and first class at the tail end of COVID regulations. The lounge is large, spotless, has a variety of seating options, and has a nice a la carte menu, but I should prepare you, Japanese carriers are a bit more Spartan with their lounge offerings than some other carriers you may be thinking about. I've actually grown to love the simplicity of it all, but if you're not prepared for it, it could come off as underwhelming. The first thing I did was sign up for a shower at its designated kiosk in the entrance, which said that it'd be about a 25-minute wait. In reality, it was ready in 5 minutes, which I knew via a text on my phone. I found the shower suites to be needlessly small, with nothing except the ground itself for you to open and organize your bags. All clean and fresh, let's have a look around the lounge spaces. The most unique part about this lounge is the Red Suite, which is simply another part of the lounge, but the atmosphere is completely different. The theme is somewhere in between a cigar lounge, but no smoking allowed, and an aviation museum. It's a really cool space and has lots of small touches that'll keep any aviation enthusiast occupied for quite a while. Here's your friendly reminder to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with friends and family. Those are truly the easiest ways, all free for you, to help the channel grow. If you'd like to support me further, my Patreon is also linked in the description below. Thanks very much in advance. Food and drink in the lounge is limited to a self-service drink station and a couple live cooking stations which you order from on your phone. Everything that was served was prepared very well, but the selection of food and drinks, even just compared to the ANA First Class Lounge, is lacking. Those white chocolate rusks were addictive though. I had a few pieces of sushi and a portion of JAL's famous curry, which hit the spot, especially in the winter. For those of you that don't know, I have a Japan series starting soon, and this row of chairs along the window, which literally every lounge in Japan has, became my own little happy place each time I was at a new airport. I had a look at the very clear map board and found my way to the business class Sakura Lounge just to check out how it was. To pick up where I left off in my last video, after Japan Airlines was privatized in 1987, things changed rapidly as it began to truly need to compete for the first time in its history. They made it through the 90s and saw acquisition as their only real option to grow, merging with Japan Air System in 2002 to become the 6th largest airline in the world by passengers flown. Things weren't all rosy yet though. In 2010, they entered bankruptcy and exited the following year, and since then have focused on offering a truly different economy and premium economy product. Case in point, the Sakura Lounge. Premium economy passengers are able to access their business class lounges. Heck, even full fare economy passengers can access. Note though, entrance is not included if you upgraded to premium economy on the day of your flight. If you head down to the description, you'll find my next 5 videos to come out, as well as a link to my other business class videos. On your way down there, don't forget to subscribe. I release full-length videos every Thursday and Saturday. So, you can imagine that this place gets pretty crowded. There was a decent selection of food on offer, but it was just really warm and stuffy in here, and I didn't spend more than 2 or 3 minutes, hightailing it back to my spot at the other lounge. About their focus on economy and premium economy. For premium, they have fairly standard seats, but they offer 42 inches of pitch when the norm is 38. The even bigger difference though is in economy. You may remember that the 787s were designed to have 242 layouts in economy. This did not last long, and now JAL is the only airline offering that layout instead of 333, advertising their seats as sky-wider economy across the international fleet. Similarly, they offer 333 on their 777s instead of the now norm of 343, with a generous 33 inches of pitch across the board. JAL currently has 142 aircraft in their fleet, 72% of which are wide-body, including 45 787s as will fly on tonight. With these, they fly to 37 international and 37 domestic destinations. With 850 flights per day, they're currently the 17th largest airline by number of flights, and they have lots of subsidiaries, including Spring Air Japan, and around half of Jetstar Japan as well. Okay, that seemed like around 8 hours, let's head to the gate. We boarded exactly on time and made our way down to our awaiting 787-8. Now, this is certainly not JAL's most exciting business class out there. In fact, it's the worst that they have on offer. But it's really not as bad as you would think, at least not as bad as I thought. As we head down the jet bridge, let's take a look at tonight's flight stats. I was enthusiastically greeted as I stepped on board and made a sharp right to find my seat for tonight's 5-hour flight, 8 Alpha. The business class cabin has a total of 5 rows spread over 2 cabins, 3 in the front, 2 behind, in a 2-2-2 configuration for a total of 30 seats. While they use just about all of their aircraft configurations on various mid-haul regional routes, these are their true regional configurations. I chose the bulkhead as it seemed to have a bit more room to be able to easily hop over my neighbor, which indeed was the case. There was plenty of room to do so without disturbing them. The seats are angle flat, so as a bed, not great, but as seats, I do have to be clear that they're actually really comfortable and more spacious than they look. I'm specifically talking about in the upright or lounging position. Top of mind for me to compare it to are the angle flat seats that Emirates has on their 777s, which I hated. I'd happily take this Japan Airlines seat over those any day of the week. At each seat upon boarding was a pillow, blanket, amenity kit, headphones, and menu for the flight. There's also a nice leg rest and easy-to-use controls integrated into the armrest. Next to your hip is a remote for the IFE and a small storage cubby. Storage is the one thing that's definitely lacking at this seat. Power ports and USBs are found just in front. Considering these seats are 10 years old, I'd say they're in pretty great condition. Oh, and there are actually air vents too. That is a true luxury on Japan Airlines. We pushed back and the safety video kinda began. The bulkhead has monitors that need to be put away for taxi and takeoff, so for us the safety video is to be shown on the monitor mounted on the bulkhead. It was working fine until the video started, at which time it went black. Within, honestly, 10 seconds, possibly less, of the video starting, a flight attendant noticed, and without missing a beat, pulled a manual demo kit from I don't know where, and gave my neighbor and I our full safety demonstration. Now that is the care that safety demonstrations should be handled with. Okay, let's get out of here. The spool up, takeoff, and airport stats are coming up next. I got a little more comfortable and had a look at the comfort items on board. First up, a nice pair of big enough slippers, same as in first class actually. Then we had the great memory foam pillow. I don't like the pillowcases that they use in business, but the pillow itself is also the same that's used in first class. To accompany that, a sharp-looking blanket, thin but cozy. Headphones are the cheaper kind of noise cancellation where you can hear a bit of a buzz when you turn them on. And then we have the famous in-flight cardigans. Unlike pajamas, had they been given out, the cardigans are only for loan and need to be returned just like the blanket and pillows. Finally, a really thoughtful and useful amenity pouch with all of the essentials that you'd need on a shorter regional flight. The main meal of this flight is breakfast served prior to landing, so there is a selection of 3 types of pot noodles available if you'd like something right away. Here's a look at the full menu. Note that the red prices on the wines are my addition to the graphic just to give you an idea of the wine value on board. Along with a Kirin, I'd say this is a pretty satisfying midnight snack. Checking out the in-flight entertainment now, the monitors emerge from the armrest in the center. The screen itself is a good size considering, and bright and responsive. The selection of movies on offer is alright, around 200 titles, but the system is clunky and one of those which display each movie multiple times, once for each language that it's published in. But the moving map was nice and clear, so I was happy. Precisely, and I mean precisely, 90 minutes before landing, the lights came on, and I swear the entire cabin was served in like 4 minutes. Against my better instincts, I chose to go with the Western option for breakfast. More so because I wanted to know what the heck was quote-unquote savory pound cake with curry sauce than anything else. But in the end, I was actually really happy with my choice. For this kind of flight, this is a really comprehensive breakfast. We started out with a trio of appetizers, salami with salad, the pound cake, which in actuality was quiche, fair enough, and salmon. Along with that was a fruit salad and yogurt with acacia honey. For the main, we had an omelet with mushroom sauce, vegetables, and bacon. Overall, it was a fantastic meal. A quick check of the bathrooms before landing, and just as expected, the interiors were pretty basic, but clean as could possibly be, along with a bidet. A million dragon fruit farms came into view as the sun was just starting to paint the sky. The lights were kept on during landing, so this is a short one. I'll see you on the other side. Airport stats are coming up. So going into this flight, I was kinda meh about it. Seeing it much more a means of transport than an experience. And don't get me wrong, it's not the best seat. But within the realms of seats without aisle access, this is one of the most comfortable ones that I've sat in, and that's not nothing. Especially with such a great crew, I would happily fly in these seats again, maybe on something up to 8 hours or so. And that is that. I really do hope that you enjoyed this trip report today. If you did, please be sure to click that like button and subscribe with notifications on for 2 new videos each week. I'll see you next time at the Al Bustan Palace, a Ritz Carlton in Muscat, Oman. Oh, and as always, thanks for watching until the end.